Have you ever found yourself in a simple conversation, maybe with a friend or a coworker, and suddenly felt a surge of heat rise in your chest? Someone asks a seemingly innocent question about your work or a choice you made, and before you can even process it, a sharp, protective response leaps from your lips. It happens faster than you can think, a knee-jerk reaction that feels almost automatic. This is the nature of defensive behavior, a pattern so many of us fall into without even realizing it. Today we're going to take a gentle look at why this happens. Defensive behavior acts like a quick, invisible shield. Its primary job is to protect our innermost feelings from perceived harm or judgment. In the blink of an eye, it springs into action, hoping to deflect a comment that feels like an arrow, aimed at our sense of self. It's a primal instinct. So, why do we become so defensive so quickly? There are several simple yet powerful reasons rooted deep in our psychology. The first and most fundamental reason is the drive to protect our ego and sense of self. Our self-concept is a fragile architecture we've built over a lifetime. When someone questions our actions, decisions, beliefs, it can feel like they're taking a sledgehammer to the foundation. We perceive this as an attack on our very identity, a suggestion that we are somehow flawed, incompetent, or unworthy of respect. In that vulnerable moment, our defensive reaction is a desperate attempt to protect our name and to validate the choices that define who we are. A second major driver is the preservation of our public image. We want to be seen as intelligent, capable, fundamentally good. We like the idea that others view us in a positive light. A critical comment can feel like a direct threat to this carefully constructed image. It casts a shadow of doubt on our competence or our judgment. Past pain also plays a significant and often unconscious role in our present-day reactions. If we grew up frequently criticized, judged, or made to feel inadequate, our brains become wired to expect more of the same. A neutral comment from a partner or a boss can trigger a disproportionate response. Our reaction isn't just about the present moment, it's an emotional flashback. Finally, our physiological state has a massive impact on regulation. Stress, fatigue, hunger, lack of sleep, all of these deplete our cognitive resources. When we're running on empty, patience wears thin. With less impulse control online, we snap from a more primal place, defenses take over. We don't have reserves to handle perceived criticism with grace. All of these reasons, protecting our ego, preserving our image, reliving past pain, being depleted by stress, help explain the complex web behind a simple defensive snap. This isn't a bad personality, it's a human response to perceived threats. Now, the clear answer to our first big question, why do we get defensive? The simplest answer is this. We become defensive because we are fundamentally trying to protect ourselves from the fear of loss. It's a survival instinct turned inward, guarding our emotional well-being. We fear loss of respect, a positive self-image, or connection, and often the pain of shame. Without better tools, the brain defaults to a defensive wall. Fast, fear-driven, automatic. Recognizing this is a huge step. It's preservation, not aggression. With compassion, we can see a red flag from our nervous system. I feel unsafe or vulnerable. Understanding this fear-based impulse is the key that unlocks change. Now, a new question: how do we feel safe enough to put the shield down? How can we respond with openness and curiosity instead of fear and protection? Hold this question as we move forward. We'll explore practical steps to build inner safety. The journey starts with learning a new set of skills. The first and most powerful tool is the pause. When you feel that initial jolt, the heat in your chest, the tightening in your jaw, your only job is to stop. Do not speak. Do not react. Take a slow, deep breath. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6. This interrupts fight or flight and brings your thinking brain back online. Next, name the feeling. The defensiveness is the tip. Underneath is something vulnerable. Silently or softly, label what you're experiencing. I feel hurt by that comment. I am feeling embarrassed right now. I feel misunderstood. Naming emotions soothes and makes them manageable. Then engage curiosity. Defensiveness and curiosity can't coexist. Instead of a rebuttal, ask, "Can you tell me more about what you mean by that?" Or, "I'm not sure I understand. Can you help me see your perspective?" This transforms confrontation into collaborative exploration. Finally, use I statements. Avoid. "You always criticize me. You made me feel bad." Say, "I feel worried when the report is submitted late because I'm concerned about the deadline." This lowers heat and helps the other person hear you. It keeps focus on your experience without blame, opening the door to real communication. Lower the shield. Meet challenge with an open hand. This is a path to more meaningful, less stressful interactions. Another tool, own any small part that might be true. It feels vulnerable, but signals confidence. You can say, "You're right. I rushed and didn't proofread the last section as carefully as I should have." Owning a piece is disarming, validates perception, and builds trust. If emotions spike, call a timeout. "I'm feeling too upset to talk clearly right now. I want to understand your view, but I need a break. Can we come back to this in 20 minutes? Strategic self-regulation prevents regret and allows cooling off. Practice in low-stakes settings, ask for mild feedback and rehearse, pause, name, curiosity, I statements. Repetition builds muscle memory. Under stress, your brain follows the trained path. Learn your triggers. Intelligence question. Feeling ignored? Labeled lazy? Triggers often tie to old wounds. Identify, anticipate, prepare. Preparation beats being ambushed by your own reaction. These tools make openness feel natural over time. Imagine you're at work. Feedback lands hard. The impulse is to snap, "Well, it's fine. You don't have all the context. I did the best I could." Instead, pause, breathe. "Thanks for the feedback. Which sections need the most change so I can improve it?" Now you're collaborative, not combative. Instead of blame, "I do so much." Pause, acknowledge, own it. "You're right, I forgot. I'm sorry. I feel bad." This soothes and opens solution space. Skip the cutting comeback. Boundary gently. "I know you're kidding, but that kind of hurt." Honesty without war protects the bond. Defensive is fast, mindful is slower. Defensive is emotional, mindful is thoughtful. Defensive protects self. Mindful seeks understanding and connection. It's a conscious choice. A pause can pivot to respect. A calm question guides to better outcomes. Can defensiveness ever be helpful? With caveats, yes. Distinguish psychological threats from genuine ones. In danger, act fast. The shield protects. Set firm boundaries. Do not speak to me that way, and remove yourself. Our system confuses tigers with tense emails. That's the dysfunction. With trusted people, vulnerability, listening, and collaboration build trust. Defense erodes it. Use hard shields for danger. Otherwise, put it down. In safe harbors, choose curiosity, empathy, and calm honesty. We explored why defensiveness happens. A fear-born protective mechanism. We mapped steps to move from protection to connection. 1. Pause and breathe. 2. Name the feeling. 3. Ask a curious question. 4. Use I statements. 5. Own a small truth. 6. Take a break if needed. Practice with a friend. Try one step this week. Don't do all at once. Noticing and pausing is a victory. Be patient. You're rewiring habits. Slip-ups are normal. Try again next time. Each pause teaches your system you can handle critique. Each question teaches it to stay open. You're resilient enough to be open. Choose curiosity over conflict until it becomes your default. What do you think about defensive behavior? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Mind Drive for more thought-provoking content. For a comprehensive online therapy experience designed to guide you towards a happier and healthier you, visit onlinetherapy.com. Click the link in the description below for 20% off with the code word THERAPY20.